Greetings, fellow YouTubers. I am SirLeibl1. This rant is part of my Remake series. I am remaking my rant about modern day television. Modern day television, as you know, is nothing but junk. It definitely cannot hold a candle to old television. You see, old television used to be the bomb. I'm talking about the 90s and the early 2000s here. TV was much better at those times. You had great sitcoms that used to come on, such as Martin, Family Matters, The Nanny, The Wayans Brothers, Frasier, Married with Children, etc. Then you had many animes and cartoons such as Spider-Man, the old Pokemon, Dragon Ball Z, and many others. This used to be the definition of television. Now all of that has pretty much gone downhill and died off over the years. Nowadays, TV is bombarded with stuff such as reality shows, talk shows, and sitcoms that aren't even funny. Let's talk about the reality shows first. Almost every channel on TV has a reality show. It doesn't matter what channel you turn it on, you're going to see some sort of reality show on. I cannot believe that the majority of young people in this world, especially here in America, likes these type of shows. For example, the Jersey Shore. How come so many people likes this shitty show so much? All it is are a bunch of Italian Americans acting like douchebags. Yet I hear everyone at school and outside talking about it like it's the best show in the world. And the other reality shows are hardly ever different. They have the Bad Girls Club, Tough Love, and America's Next Top Model. And on those shows, it's just the same thing. Just a bunch of douchebags, bitchy women who breaks up for the littlest things and sometimes over nothing, and people harshly criticizing each other. That's one thing. Reality shows disgrades women. It really does. Almost every reality show, the women don't even treat each other with respect. They treat each other like shit and always judging them over the most trivial shit. I mean, it's disgusting, and I can't believe that so many people likes to watch that type of stuff, and I don't know why. And who in the hell can watch this shit without having to kill themselves, or at least attempt to? Because that's how I feel when I watch these type of shows. And the worst part about the whole thing is that channels such as Cartoon Network and our local stations are getting infested with these type of shows. Seriously, why in the fuck are the reality shows on Cartoon Network? It's called Cartoon Network for a reason. Because it's dedicated to cartoons. Adding a live action reality show to Cartoon Network is like adding the Jerry Springer Show to Nickelodeon, in which Nickelodeon is a channel for kids. Hopefully people will face the fact that reality TV is just a piece of crap and it should die off ASAP. Now I want to get to the sitcoms. Today's sitcoms are not funny whatsoever. Plus, many of these sitcoms don't even try to be funny. They just make them so they can fit into the stereotype of today's society. You have shows such as Everybody Hates Chris, Tyler Perry, shows The Game, and Hannah Montana. None of these shows are funny at all. Everybody Hates Chris is horrible. And the Tyler Perry shows, which I ranted about those shows already, well, they're pretty much stereotypes of the African American community. And The Game shouldn't even be classified as a sitcom. It's more of a soap opera. But yet, everyone likes those type of shows, and they don't know what a sitcom really is. A sitcom is a show that makes fun of life in a way in which the audience will laugh their asses off at it. None of these shows do that now. They just show a situation without being funny. Many try to be funny, like for example the Tyler Perry Sitcoms try to be funny, but they fail hard at it. And at the end of the day, you feel dirty and want to go over to the people who created the show and slap their asses for disgracing the meaning of sitcoms. Now let's go to the cartoons. Today's cartoons are going downhill as well. But many youth try to bash the cartoons from the past. I'm talking about shows such as Dragon Ball Z, He-Man, Rugrats, Cowboy Bebop, Hey Arnold, and many other shows that used to come on back then. They see these cartoons as inferior to today's shitty cartoons. They seem to love Chowder, Flapjack, Naruto, Bleach, Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, and Sonic X. Most of these shows are a bunch of crap. And they're not aware of the fact that if it weren't for the old shows from the 80s and the 90s and possibly the early 2000s, there wouldn't be any of today's stuff. So without He-Man and Rugrats or DBZ, you probably wouldn't have had Naruto or Chowder and stuff. Plus, one thing that pisses me off about today's anime is the dubs. For example, look at Dragon Ball Z Kai. The voices in that show are fucking horrible, and the music is very unfitting. I don't get why Funimation keeps changing everything. And they've been doing this for years with Dragon Ball Z. And Funimation just needs to keep it the way it is. Because there was really nothing wrong with the original Dragon Ball Z in the first place, so why the hell they had to change it? But overall, TV sucks complete ass. They really need to realize that it sucks ass and do something positive about it. You know, why don't you do some research on the older directors who directed the older shows and learn something from them? And put that learning into action with your shows. Then maybe TV will be much better. Anyways, that's the end of my rant. My next rant will be about modern day movies, where I'll be discussing how movies have changed throughout the years. I'm SirLeibl1 signing off. Have a nice day.